Yeah, man, a bugle me out and about and me to the boy just star, a real youth. A real Rasta youth. General, you know the thing you better know.
Mindset. Honors and manners. Give thanks again for life. We're there. Yeah, man. The day, you know, so that, you know, what we anticipated. But you don't know. We're there and, you know, it's the greatest thing. So, watch here. If it's the first time you have viewed the channel, my name is Ida Star. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell whenever time we upload. The item get the video. Alright, so what's popping today is two things we want to look on really. See? We want to look on England and we want to look on America and we want to look on African people and European people. See? Back in the days how African and Europeans used to interact with themselves. See? And also today how Africans and European interact today. There's a lot of talk about racism and hate and discrimination. See, we face a lot of that today in, you know, the societies that we find ourselves in. All right, and hate and discrimination is you know is nothing good, but we want to really find out, because I feel say, you know, everybody that exists on the planet here can live together, because we've been coexisting together for thousands of years. You know what I mean? So I don't find it impossible that we can live together and live together in peace and unity. You understand? Yeah, we can do that as a people. See, different nations of people, we can do that. So we want to look on also two major media outlets. See, we're not gonna really look into the outlets, but the outlets them is them providing the video clips that I'm going to share with the item today. Two major outlets, two major media entities and media house here in the UK. See, in America we see a lot of hate and we see a lot of crime against African people, right? And we don't see African people create that same crime against European people, because, you know, us as Africans, you know, we're never a people that hate other people. You know what I mean? We were always loving, caring and sharing. You know, that is why you have so much people come to Africa. You know, the Arabs first, the Europeans, now we have the Chinese. Then this is the type of people who we are. We are loving, caring and sharing. So hate and discrimination was never a part of, you know, what we are. But we find that hate and discrimination as directed towards us, and, you know, we have been affected by those things. So anyway, I'm not gonna go in too much talking. See, me just want the item for, you know, watch these two clips and let me know what the item views and thoughts and what the item say today. Because before me go, Bob Marley, Zane, is of a black African woman and a white European Caucasian man. Zane. So that make him half black, half white. See? And Bob Marley famously said in one of his songs, if puss and dog can get together, what is wrong with us as a people loving each other, coming together, not for social benefit, but you know, so we can coexist and be peaceful, friendly, and so on. So, check out these two videos, leave a comment, let me know what them think. Mindset, vertical, you know, Rastafari.
We have a saying, you got to be in it to change it. And that is my word, in it to change it. Try and try, never stop trying. Because trying is what I did in my life, in my whole life. I keep trying because everybody think I'm a no good. And I keep trying until I become a too good. Great Britain was not great to its Commonwealth people because we were of different color. I came and I walked along the road for about 10 doors. Every one I knocked that didn't have a card on it to say no gypsies, no dogs, no Irish, and no colored. The lady opened the door, saw me, and she didn't say a word, she just slammed the door. I said to myself, I think that's the norm here. There was no rule about discrimination and what you shouldn't do. Therefore, they could do anything and get away with it. When I tried to buy my first house, there's a big crowd of white people standing out. And I thought they come to welcome me in their midst. No. You know what they did? They said they didn't want me there. I said, why did God make two color or three color people? Why didn't just make everybody black, everybody white, everybody pink? We wouldn't have had this trouble. I felt extremely degraded and thought, but what am I doing here? And I think I just got to put up with it until something comes along. We decided to fight anything that a black person was involved to help them out.
Whilst we can obtain white labour in this city, we intend to go on engaging white labour rather than coloured labour.
In our country ruled by Britain, we drive our buses, we drive aeroplanes, we drive helicopters, we drive trains. So why is it in England we can't do it?
Well, we don't want them on here, that's the main reason. There ain't going to be enough work for the whites, let alone the blacks.
They were not shifting. We said we got to take it to the other level. We are going to form ourselves into a group and stop the buses. We physically sit down in the road. At the time, Arthur Scargill was having the miners' strike up north, and we were having the strike down here. And at one stage they said Arthur Scargill, Roy Hackett, and Tony Benn is the three worst person in England. In 1965, Harold Wilson stood up in Parliament.
The battle against racialism here in Britain.
And he said, as from today, any person discriminate against another because of politics, religion, color, creed, or disability, you have committed a crime, punishable, 5 months in prison, or 5,000 or both. And I cried. I said, thank heavens for this. I said, we won. I never taught it in school that this happened here. And I said, why are they ashamed of what they've done to us? I talk to the primary schools. I always tell them that we had to do that to bring you up and never forget your roots. Trying is a great thing. And if you even fail one, try another time or trying to improve what you fail on, you know, and try again. Really, because young people today, they are tomorrow's people. And we must try our best to make them be a good tomorrow's people.
This may look like the US Army is on the streets, but in fact these are militiamen with their own alarming agenda. We were witnesses to this extraordinary development, a major US city in the hands of self-confident and heavily armed militias, with police and civic leaders nowhere to be seen. It was a brazen show of strength with an unmistakable message that there are new sheriffs in town.
Rioting and burning and looting is not going to answer that question.
Angry Viking is a militia commander who told me he wants dialogue.
And we're here just to protect the building. That's it. And we're here to do this. Meet and talk.
You was gonna allow it to happen.
But that dialogue quickly descended into furious arguments. Black Lives Matter activists, who have held a vigil here for 100 days, say the militias are a pure provocation.
Tired, exhausted, worn out. What else do you want me to say?
Do you think it'll end up as a fight?
Yes. Yes. People are going to die, bro. People are going to die. I don't know who's going to be.
Which militia are you from?
Many of these disparate groups
Which militia are you from?
had no interest in identifying
Excuse me,
themselves.
sir. Which militia are you from?
We are all Americans here. We're all Americans here. We're all here for the same. We're all here actually against you is what we're here against.
You're impeding me from moving my group that way right now, are you not?
No,
yes, you are.
I'm asking you what you're doing here on the streets of this city.
Well, first off, you're not American.
One of the most bizarre features here is this mosaic of different groups. We've got protesters, counter-protesters, we've got militias, we've got other armed groups who refuse to identify themselves. All of it is a recipe for confusion on the streets of Louisville and potentially for chaos.
I'm not going to bring a knife to a gunfight, sir.
And here's the danger. Americans are arming up. Nadia Ford, a grandmother, arrived here with multiple weapons to confront the white militia.
We've tried peaceful for years upon years, and it has gotten us nowhere. They murder us for being peaceful. So only when we stand up do they maybe take us seriously. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to stand up against this hate in America.
Eventually, some police did break cover, and this civil rights lawyer, heavily armed himself, said his aim was to run the militias out of town amid multiple threats to his life.
They said they're going to blow out the back of my brains and they'll find out where I live, etc., etc.
So where is America that a lawyer has to walk the streets with body armor, a pistol, and a long arm?
Thank you. Well, because I'm going to defend myself and I'm not going to be shot down in the streets.
America's militias are emboldened at this volatile moment, emerging out of the shadows in a way I have never seen before.
When I move you to the street, you will load your weapon.
A few miles up the road, we saw a whole new phenomenon.
Y'all say you soldiers?
An African-American militia with hundreds of troops. They have a black nationalist agenda.
On the shoulder of the person in front of you.
It's as much a cult as a military formation.
This is the NFAC militia. It is well organized and quasi-military. It also proves a militia does not have to be white and right-wing.
As hundreds of their armed followers march through a residential suburb,
I'll call in reinforcements.
we glimpse their mysterious leader. Known as Grandmaster Jay, he is a charismatic but enigmatic figure.
Move! Clear out!
Fearing assassination, his bodyguards surround him at every moment.
Jay's moving back, y'all. Jay's moving back.
What is clear is that these militias have a new swagger. While the election campaign gathers pace, other forces are showing they will fill the security void after this long summer of protests and violence. Robert Moore, News at 10, in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah, man, a bugle me out and about and not to the boy just a real youth. A real Rasta youth. General, you know the thing you better know.